Shalom. I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to my Akim, who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is Brother Akale from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about the biblical prophecy of World War III, which is written about in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It speaks about that third woe, which cometh quickly, and that third woe cometh quickly indeed. All right. The second war before it was World War II, and World War III is an endgame prophecy. Okay, call it endgame because it's one of the last major prophecies to happen. But before the World War III prophecy happens, the mark of the beast prophecy, which is a microchip, has to be fulfilled. That our hour of temptation, spoken about in Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, has to be fulfilled. All right. So first the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, then shall the destruction come. Because remember, a part of the judgment of taking that microchip, which is the mark of the beast, it's written in Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 to 10, the judgment written, which those Israelites who take that microchip will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Okay. And that will be in America. As it says, 2/3 shall be destroyed in that land. So that thermonuclear fire is going to be a result of the World War III. All right, so World War III is going to happen over there in the so-called Middle East. All right, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. All right, and things are going to transpire over there. We don't have all those details. We just know that World War III is going to happen over there. Okay. And it's going to transpire to the point where eventually missiles are going to be shot at America, Mystery of Babylon the Great. Okay. Now we're seeing movements towards this prophecy. It's just building up. You know, like all of these prophecies are building up for them to make their debut. Yeah, I'll say that. You know, like the mark of the beast prophecy, that's definitely being developed day by day. You know, the central bank digital currencies, the digital ID identification systems that are being developed and pushed and launched and eventually will be all merged together onto one device, which will be that microchip. And then you have the prophecy of famine, right? Which the prophecy of famine and Jacob's trouble, a time like never before on our people. All of those things are coming, man. The famine, especially the inflation that's going on right now, the food shortages. Right now in America, they're having the diesel fuel shortage, which there is video evidence of truckers or a trucker saying showing all of the vehicles out on the street. Salakia. All of these moving vehicles out on the streets, parked and can't move and can't get diesel fuel. So not only are we experiencing food price increases, okay, and inflation from all of the on everything, but now we know that the food supply chain has been hit as well due to the worldwide situation. And now you have the gas issue where the vehicles that are used to transport the food won't be able to transport the food, or if they transport the food they get to, it's all backed up, it's backlogged There are all kinds of timing issues. Supply chain management is completely destroyed. All right, people are receiving deliveries like a week later. All these kinds of things, man. All right, we're in the time of major prophecy, and I just watched the video that the elder apostle Tahar did on this same topic, saying through the spirit that he sees, like, the way that how things are developing, that prophecy will in fact be speeding up, and he is looking at things to, Lord willing, be finished at a certain point, which is soon, right? But this is all that's happening, man. And as it says in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And that's referring to these prophecies, man. They are set for an appointed time, unbeknownst to us, but we do know that we're close to that time, right? Because we have wisdom and knowledge of these prophecies, and so we can say, okay, well, these things contribute to this prophecy. Look at the times that we're in. I mean, it says in 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, to measure the time diligently. So it's a part of our job, right? As the prophets of Yahweh Shai, we're spiritual watchmen. We watch out for what is coming because we know what's coming. So we're just constantly watching out for it, man. We don't remain asleep. We're constantly awaiting Yahweh Shai's return. And so this World War III thing, where Finland and Sweden are joining NATO, right? That is obviously Esau, Edom, the so-called white men, the rulers of this wicked kingdom today. Look at them, man. They red, red. Okay, look at them. You can't see the white shirts, but they rule this world, and they are reinforcing their forces, all right, which is the NATO alliance. And the NATO is a major part of the prophecy with World War III, right? NATO shall go to war, NATO and America, all right? Actually, in Joel chapter 2, and verse 20, it says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, which is America and NATO," all right? And NATO's that beast. "And I will drive him into a land barren and desolate," which is referring to Saudi Arabia, "and his face toward the east sea," which is talking about the Euphrates River, "and his hinder part toward the utmost sea," which is talking about the Red Sea. "And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things." So they're going to be over there in that area. All right, US and NATO, and it's going to be a war against Russia and her allies. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 38, it talks about Gog and Magog. It talks about the spirit that is going to be put back on Gog and Magog to return to, right? Which is going to be that warlike spirit, all right? That's going to be put on these Russians. And then it has their allies, which are listed. It lists Persia, which are the Iranians, another major nation in biblical, a part of this prophecy. All right, Russia's, one of Russia's main allies. All right, Russia, Ethiopia, all of them, and then it also mentions Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, which is referring to Turkey. All right, so everything is just being built very beautifully, and we're happy to see it. As the hopeful elect, we're very happy to see it, because we need these prophecies to come to pass, man. Jacob's trouble ain't gonna be nice. The famine ain't gonna be nice. The pestilences and all of the other things that Yahweh Shemishai has prepared to bring terror upon this world, they're not going to be nice, but they're things that we have to go through. And Lord willing, we're a part of that elect, then we know we're going to be completely fine. All right, and this destruction is going to be coming soon, man. You can see the state of the world that it's in and how far it has gone in terms of the wickedness. Out here in Jamaica, they're promoting certain lifestyles very openly in the newspaper now. All right, to show you, I mean, Jamaica is one of the last countries in the world, so it goes to show you how far the wickedness has spread. All right, and so there's a tipping point. there's the point where it's just the appointed point for when this kingdom will be destroyed and thrown down, and it is very soon. All right, the word has gone out to the four corners of the earth. All right, as it says that the angels will gather. But before that, I want to get this precept in the book of Psalms. Yeah, Psalms chapter 19 and verse 4. Their line is gone out through all the earth, right? And that line is that's internet, man. All right. The apostles didn't have to travel everywhere and do all kinds of things. The apostles stayed where they're at, and then they put the word on the internet, on the YouTube, and then the word has just gone out, man. It has been that main, that vehicle for the word to go out to the four corners of the earth, man. All right, and there are words to the end of the world, which is it's referring to the prophets, the words of the prophets, which is the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, which are these prophecies. Okay, in them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, right? So this word has gone out, man. And so once this word has gone out, man, it's time for that judgment, man. It's time for things to start getting serious. All right, once the elect have been sealed, because we know in Revelation chapter, is it 7? Yeah, Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1, it says, "And after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." All right. And so after that, it talks about the 144,000. Okay, 12,000 sealed from each tribe, right? So once the elect are sealed, all right, then shall the destruction come, man. And then the Lord is going to gather his elect from the four corners, man. As it says, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." And that's the point where we're at, man. The end of the world is coming, which is the end of the rulership of the Edomites. All right, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man, a kingdom of righteousness. Okay, so the World War III prophecy is building up just like all of these other prophecies. All right, the Edomites, they're reinforcing their alliance, their NATO alliance, because they know that they're going to be going to war very soon. All right, everything is getting ready to take place, and it's all in the hands of the Lord. Okay, so that I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yeshua B'Shem Kodesh. Wa abad babal shalom.